Good afternoon, guys. Having our first technical Tuesday virtual. So let's give it a shot. I know Billions has been talking about this long time ago, so that for our brothers in diaspora will be able to also have access to what we do
Yes,
every
sir. Yes,
Tuesday.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not going to be on the trading floor now. So find a way to always bring everybody together. So for the sake of today, as you all know what we do every Tuesday and Thursdays. It's not about just one person giving us a setup. No. So it's all about all coming together to have the analysis and see how or why somebody is making a particular decision in the market. And for me today, I think the first one I have is AUD USD. Let me pick it up from a weekly time frame. So what I'm looking at is AUD giving us a complete, how can I call it now? A complete correction here, which has this particular push to the downside. And with immediate effect, we have that correction back to the upside. So because of that, I felt like, okay, the major movement to me is still bearish. And I consider this particular weekly level here, which happens to be a very good and a valid order block. That's for the weekly time frame, which I'm expecting markets to come and mitigate. But on the daily time frame, we have a refined area which I'm looking at on the daily time frame. That happens to be this particular level here. Yeah. So the what I'm looking at now is after having this strong movement back here, and we had this, I was expecting market to even react from the current area here. I don't know, some of us saw that chart that I sent to the group. That was last week, where the market just took it out and continued pushing to the upside. So what I'm looking at is market is coming back to this particular high here. And I was trying to figure out, okay, at which point can we be able to have access to join this particular movement? Then I have a 1 hour OB at this particular level, though the level is still very, very high. Please, can you all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at markets coming back to this 1 hour hobby, which can give us a very good bounce. It's a 1 hour hobby because it's not really cleared on the 1 hour on the what's it on the 4 hours now. Now the other hand is what I'm looking at trading a liquidity grab movement here. So which looking at it on 1 hour, by the time market gets him back to this particular hobby here. Now if you check what we are having now, the market is already giving us good movement based on what we had here on the 1 hour. So I'm expecting 2 points of interest on this 1 hour. Expecting liquidity grab here. Then from this extreme, but looking at the way the market is giving me this particular correction, I also consider a change of character here. So that means if the market continue giving us this today now, I'll be expecting a shift here for me to take a buy to the upside. So that shift will now determine my stop loss pips because definitely it's going to be either on 15 minutes for me to pick that particular trade here. And if market push down to the downside, not giving that entry condition, then I'll be trading this other hobby at the downside here. So that's what I'm looking at on the ADUSD. Then I'm ready to buy because of the fundamentals happening now based on the dollar. Dollar is weak, but I know at the long run it's going to be strong. And that's why I'm looking at a possible buy on this. So do you have anybody that have anything on ADUSD? Please kindly indicate so that and let us see what you have on ADUSD.
Okay, sir. Please,
Okay.
can you go back to the power, sir?
4 hours, all right.
Let's start from monthly, sir.
Monthly, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
So based on monthly, we still have this OB up here. Please, can you use my pen? Here.
Yes, the one at the extreme here.
Yes. And
Okay.
we have liquidity here too up here. So
Oh,
what I
okay.
am looking at on 4 hour, what I'm looking at the 4 hour is why I came back to monthly. I can go
Okay.
back to 4 hours, sir.
4 hours now. Okay. Okay.
So what I'm actually looking at is set the monthly. what I'm actually looking at on 4 hours is this. I have another shoulder pattern on ADUSD that I'm looking at on 4 hours.
At which time
Let me
frame?
check. Call me. Let me go back to my own charts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So based on this, I'll be looking at that place. But ADUSD, sorry.
You are with
This,
your
if you
system,
look
right?
at it very well.
Are you with your
Yes,
system?
sir. I'm coming.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And let me start sharing so that you just share because you're also giving us the good.
Let me just read very well. Okay, sir.
Because you're also giving us goodness. So let's see. Okay, you can share your screen now.
I've been looking at head and shoulder on this pair. So I'm just looking at the change of character to the upside a little bit here. Then I'll be waiting at somewhere around this cycle level here to continue the buy movements.
Mm.
So if I can get a change of character to the upside on these 4 hours, I'll be looking at it down at this cycle level here to continue the buy because I feel the buy will still go to take out some this high here because I see that high on monthly as a liquidity grab to
So
continue the sell movement.
that will be
Let me mark it. So when you go back to
the monthly hobby now.
maybe somewhere around there, I think somewhere around there. So if you can get here, so if you get to this place, you can give us a change of character back on month, a break of history on monthly because this has been a good
Downtrend.
downtrend,
Yeah, yeah, for a long
import and correction.
time.
So I'm looking at it coming back to this up, then give us that pullback to the downside. So
Oh,
to give us
okay.
another break of history on monthly. So I'm looking at that 4 hours will be if I can get the change of character on 4 hours, then I'll be good. Let me just use daily. So daily will be clearer. So this is what I'm looking at. If I can see a change of character to the upside a little bit here, then I'll be looking at somewhere around this cycle level here to take the
So take
buy
it
to
back.
the upside and before we try to sell more. Yes, sir.
All right.
So
All
that's what
right.
I have on.
All right.
Yes.
So if you check what I was trying to do, right? Now, let me quickly show you something here. That level you are looking at for the market to give you change of character, I also mark it on my chart too. Can you see? Can you already mark at that high?
Yes,
So
sir.
the target is this internal structure is what I also want to join for them to give us that change of character to the upside. So if you also check at the top here, I have a hobby which I also marked that if market gets to that level too, likely have that pushback to the downside. You understand that now? So looking at it, we still have, we check now, these are 4 hours. I already had a 4 hours cycle level here already marked out too. You understand that now? So looking at it, we're almost on the same lane because I'm only looking at the internal structure here, which is a 1 hour, it's not even 4 hours, it's a 1 hour movement. You understand that now? But the best one is to wait for the extreme, which would have grabbed liquidity before going up, just because of the mode of correction. That's why I'm maybe looking at this particular 1 hour hobby. And that 1 hour hobby also meets my condition because it takes structures to the upside based on what we have here. Yeah, it took structures to the upside. So if the market put down to this particular hobby and give that internal structure shift, maybe on 15 minutes, 5 minutes to the upside, is a kind of a day trading. It's not something I'm holding for a long time. You understand that now? So what I want to do, I want to join them to take out that high. And once they are done doing that, then will continue with the downtrend, which the market will even present to us before even coming back to this side price. You understand that now? So that's my view on the ADUS. Any other person? If you have any other view on ADUSD?
So I have a trade on. Please can you check UAUD
How many
on 1 hour?
how many pair do you
Let's
want to
see. I
present to us? How many pair do you want to present to us?
This one I want to say is almost at where I want
At the
to buy
entry.
from.
Oh,
That's why I want.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
even
can
where you
share.
do.
No, share now. Share. Let's have it. Because if we also have it on trading floor, that's how we trade it. So let's see the one closer to our entry so that we can smash it straight away, guys.
Based on this, I just want to. Though it
Okay.
has been on a downtrend, I just want to scalp to unvalidate because of what I trade, because of what I'm looking at on. I'm looking at on head and shoulder on this pattern to continue the sell movement. So for
Okay.
me to buy, that's why I want to look at this. I'm looking at 5 minute time frame. Okay, let me say 15 minutes. Okay, let me say 30 minutes. Let me go to 30 minutes so it can be clear. So on 30 minutes, I have this. Okay, let me say 5 minutes. Let me go to 5 minutes. So based on the way I trade, if I'm to check this place here now, there is a small body closure above this week here. I was ready to move to the upside, but there's a small shift to the upside.
Mm.
Yeah, so I feel if this market can give me this reaction to this place, and I can use this as a pattern to take the trade, just to scalp to this area on just 1 to 5 pips, then we are good to go. But it's almost there, and this was what's giving me the comment is because of this slow reaction that has been coming up. That's why. So it's almost at the entry. So if
Okay.
anybody's comment with it,
Let me, can you hear me?
yes, sir.
Okay. You are, if you consider taking a buy for the inverse head and shoulder, right? Then I
Yes, sir.
don't know. I'm just looking at this particular time frame, right? Not the whole picture. Then I consider this particular level here as a TP because that is the next valid hobby which I'll be expecting market to react from. You understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that would be the next valid level which I'll be expecting market to react from. So I consider this particular hobby. And how many reward is that?
1 to 6, sir.
1 to 6. All right, I'm in. I'll take that with you based on your how many P stop plus. Okay, I'll check it on my system. So guys, anybody interested in Euro HUD can have that. I don't have it on my list, but let's take it. Let's take it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. All right. 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 Let's have the good now. So for those of us who want to consider Euro AUD, it's a counter trend now, right? Billion.
Yes, I can hear you. The
Okay. Okay.
counter trend.
It's a counter trend. Okay. So,
Well, I'm just using, I don't want to risk a little bit. Let us see if it's going to work.
all right. Cool.
So,
So let's have your good now.
this is what I'm looking at on good. This
Okay.
pattern happened yesterday too. I was looking at it yesterday, but I didn't take the trade because of I was not into my chart. This was yesterday. Let me delete this. It was yesterday chart. This so I was seeing liquidity. So when it broke out this liquidity to the downside, it gave me this movement to the upside. Then started gave me just 1 to 6. Just 1 to 6 on gold. That's the sell. So today too is giving me that same pattern I'm looking at. So if I can get a break of this trend line here with a full body with a good movement, then I'll be looking at this area here to join the sell. But sincerely, I have two things on gold. If that is not working, I have these two on gold. There's already a change of character on that side. So I'm looking at this place to buy. So if I'm selling this, I'm selling to this place I want to buy from. Can
Yeah,
anybody hear me?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
hear you.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
hear
we're
you.
following.
So if selling, I'm selling to where I'm buying this buy here. So and this is the main pattern I use to trade gold. Better than shoulder pattern I use to trade gold. So this is what I'm looking at on gold. If I can see a change of character with the body, and I'll looking at this place, then I will.
It's all right.
So I'll be looking at this area to sell to this place. So that's what I'm looking at on gold. So if anybody's looking at that with me,
Since morning, but it has
the
been
euro,
tanking,
the
but it
euro
just broke
AUD we
past.
talked about last time.
Yeah.
The euro AUD we talked about starting. So it's going to move. See, and if it's not going, it's going to take our SL.
Oh
Fine,
no,
let's
let's
just
see
see.
how it might trigger now. It might just
Yes,
push up now.
yes, yes, yes.
And I noticed
I've been
that
on a
you
sell on
don't really
Mr.
have any.
Vance.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I've been on a sell on EU since morning. So it has been tanking, but it just broke past the resistance. So it's actually moving out very nicely already.
I've
Oh,
been
And
on
it's
a
just a
sale.
1 2
I've been on a sale on AUD and NZD since on Monday.
ADNZ.
mad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The pair you sent to the group, Mr. Banks.
Yes, yeah. If you
The sale.
are okay.
I was looking at that sale too. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you're on the cell on it, we're all together. All together. Let me. Okay. Before Stanley comes up. Okay. Do you have anybody want to say anything about good? Share anything about good? If you have seen it.
Everybody said they are still good.
Ah.
But this
Okay.
is what I'm looking at. Did you hear what I said? Okay, this thing is giving me a. So now I've seen it. If I can, if this kind can print down to this place, then I'll be looking at this place to join
To join the
the
cell
sell to where I
continuation
want to
back to
buy
that's
from.
your hobby. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Let me quickly show something to us on the AD New Zealand. Let me share my screen. Now I sent it to the group and I was expecting continuation for the sell, which we've been holding for how many weeks now? So we are going to like almost everything on it is just to join the sell, 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 sell. We're expecting because the target is for them to come and mitigate this particular hobby here, which is on the daily, is a daily hobby. And part of the sell movement is for them to grab this liquidity here, which the market has done that already, and I'm expecting them to push back. Currently now, I think we are on the 362 pips to the downside, and still expecting about 450, even though let's say, okay, let me say like 450, as I was showing someone that was yesterday, that if I have it at 450, I can even choose to close all my position on it, and it was nothing like you expect correction then, and that impulse movement to the downside based on how we pick up the direction. So I think I'll be doing a short video showing the reason for holding for a long time, and that's for those people who really want to learn how to scalp it. I mean, how
Yes,
to
Miss.
hold. He said,
Yes, Mr. Banks. I wanted to even ask you.
"Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
Yeah.
that. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah."
Thank you. Yeah.
So when you are holding, most people will ask you the question that, oh, how have you been able to hold? You understand that now your psychology or your being patient of holding. And I always tell people that you have to discover what works for you in the market. If I teach you how to swing, that does not mean you're going to be a swing trader because your personality may not work with swinging. You may not have that emotional intelligence to hold the market for a long time. Because most people even tell you that how do you know the market is going to sell? It's not your headache. It's not your job to even know maybe the market is going to sell. The only thing you have to know in the market is how to control your risk and how you master your hedge. So these two things is very important. Once you master what works for you in the market, then you can put your risk in place. You don't need to determine the direction of the market. No, all what you have to do is just to follow your hedge in the market and follow a proper risk management. So when those two things is in place, you allow the markets to run. Then for you to also have this, then you need to understand how to check or you need to understand the market on the higher time frame. Please, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay. So you need to understand the market. You need to understand the story the market is telling on the higher time frame. So like now I sent an update to the group and I said I'm taking another sell re-entry, which billion is on it as well now. So the point is if I have just one good trade giving me 300 to 400 pips, it gives me peace of mind because I know I don't need to rush to the markets to trade again in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Even though I'm trading, I'll be trading at my own pace of waiting for, a comfortable entry before I jump into the market. And there's no any magic to that than spending some time on the chart to figure out what really works for you. And I told you guys that one of my plan is to ensure that I trade less and make more money. That's part of the plan for the year. So I'm just looking for 1 or 2, 3 trades that are going to give me that long time movement in the market. Then I'm on it. I'm expecting something related to that on Euro GPP, though he has not really given me this thing. Let me quickly show it to us. Okay. So if you notice, for a very long time, for last year or 2 years ago, we were all selling Euro GPP, right? We're selling Euro GBP big time. We're on a sell on Euro GBP. And looking at that sell, the market just changed its movement. And looking at it, let's look. This is a weekly. Okay, everybody can see my chart, right? So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
was this. Now we had this, and currently we are up. Look at it. The market has done multiple shift to the upside, multiple shift to the upside. So with me now, I felt like, okay, does that mean that ROGP is ready to change its direction? You understand that now? So what I'm now looking at
Yes, sir.
is this current movement that we are having here. I'm not expecting a straight movement. So my expectation that's part of my proof that truly this market has changed direction. So based on what I've mastered in the market, let me go to daily time frame. Okay, so I'm expecting EURGP to now give me more of corrections now, based on what is which I'm about to have something like that. I want to have a shift here on the 4 hours, Then let me have correction like this, right? Because I have a valid daily hobby and I have another one down here. So the confirmation for me that truly EuroGP has changed its direction to the upside is let them come down and respect one of these particular hobbies on the daily, right? I won't take it down to 4 hours because I respect or I like to trade the higher time frame, especially if I'm looking for a shift on the higher time frame of the market. So I would like to trade the higher time frame hobby. So the best thing I'll be looking at is for this guy to push back to somewhere here and give me that shift to the upside. And that will be my confirmation that okay, truly, this guy has given us that both external and internal structure shift. Then let them come and react from a daily UB, which is a very good one for me to. So imagine if I'm taking a buy here, my target to be this particular high. So definitely, I'm expecting markets to give me a very good move. Let's check the number of pips we have in that place to the upside here. Okay, so we're having almost 400 pips to the upside. You understand that now? So imagine if I'm taking a buy now after market has given me a change of character. People now be asking you, oh, why do you take that buy? Definitely they don't know that you are looking at the bigger picture because the guy has been selling for a long time and we had multiple shifts to the upside. So definitely I'm expecting markets to continue in that direction for some months. So if the market is not giving me that confirmation, then definitely or technically I won't be trading. And since I'm expecting a buy too, let me show you something on 4 hours, which may likely play out before the end of the week. Everybody can see this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my target on 4 hours, now that target will now be a kind of counter movement now, is for Euro GBP to give me a 4 hour shift here, which is going to be a kind of confirmation for me that I can join the market back to the areas I also want to buy from. When you understand market movement, it's very easy for you to take a buy in a sell market and take a sell in a buy market. That's when you understand the market flow. So for me to take a buy, I'm expecting a shift here on 4 hours, and I'll be trading this psychological price here. That's the psychological price I'll be trading. And if we check, that psychological price is also aligning with a 4 hours hobby. Guys, can we see that? It's aligning with the
Yes, sir.
4 hours hobby. So because of that, he has given me more confirmations for me to take the sell. But the condition is I'm expecting a shift here to the downside. So for those of us who would like to join me on this setup, just follow up. Once we have that shift, then we now expect market to give us a correction back to this particular zone. And this is where we'll now take the sell from to the downside. So that's another chart I'm looking at for the week. Please, are we together, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that means at the end of the day for Euro GPP, I'm expecting the same pattern Billion is trading, which is head and shoulder
Head
to
and
form
shoulder.
for me to sell. But never forget that I already have a picture in my head. I'm expecting this guy to come and buy, right? But before buying, the market should sell because let them sell back to the point of interest we want to take the market from. So I've already added the structure works and also a pattern which I'm expecting the market to present to me. So it's always good when you have all these multiple confluences for you to take your trade. So this is another trade I'm looking at to play out before the end of the week. So if you're a friend of Euro GPP, you can also add that to your list and let's see how the market plays out by taking out this low here, then let them push up to the upside, giving us head and shoulder. Then we join the market to the area we would like to buy from. Please, that clear to us, guys.